that book is The Science to Getting Rich, right? And the science to getting rich is it talks about just modeling, right? Modeling success. So those people that are doing it the right way. So we'll get into that. Anyway, Rob and Didi, y'all here?
No.
Did she say no? Did she say no or did she say hello?
I said no.
What's up? What's up, sister? What's up, bro?
What's going on?
How you doing?
We're
Awesome, awesome. So now with Robin D, something y'all may not know, Robin D, which I'm gonna kind of let the cat out of the bag in a little bit. But what y'all don't know about Robin D, they've only been with us for about a month. And now, like within a month, they got their first 4 places, and those 4 places are generating. Where's the number? Drum roll. Where you at? Let's see. Drum roll, please. Where are you? Those 3 places, gross revenue, those 3 places, $249,390 gross revenue, gross annual revenue in just a month. So I want to, and those places that Rob and D have. So Tony's places, he got a bunch of places in New York. Tony picked up a bunch of places throughout New York, and Rob and D, they picked up places between Texas and Florida. And so, but again, I know, most people, and I'm going to ask Rob and D, most people think in order to do this stuff, you got to be grinding it out. Rob and D, how much work did y'all put in to pick up these places so far?
0.
Well, nah, it's not 0. You had to communicate a little bit with me. Like,
no.
You had to...
No, it is 0. Didi is his assistant.
Rob said 0. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Exactly. Didi, how much work did you put in?
Not too much, because Rosa is my assistant.
Rosa is your sister. Yeah, she is your sister. Yeah, you got a lot of sisters right now. And but that's the key. So a couple of things, like, so here's the cat I said I was gonna let out the bag. So the cat I'm gonna let out the bag, which is big. We're gonna be heading out to West Palm. And I'm not sure if it's gonna be this weekend or the next weekend, but we're gonna be heading out to West Palm, and y'all are welcome to come. We're gonna get some film. We're gonna be heading out to San Antonio as well. I'm not sure if that's gonna be after Thanksgiving, but one or the other, y'all can come, y'all can join us. Any of the Wealth B&B students, member partners, you could join us. Come join us. We're gonna get some film, and then we're just gonna hang out for a day or two. We're gonna film it. Make sure just look at all the setup and everything. By then, they should be already generating significant revenue, getting bookings and things. But when we head out, I just wanted to let you know, all the Wealth B&B students, you're all welcome. You're always welcome when we're going to go look at these places. You're welcome to join us. So we're going to be making sure you guys know way ahead of time when we're going to be going, or if we're going out to these places, because that's one of the key things that we do inside of Wealth B&B. We go out, we film everything, so that we get the places, we get the content. If you're there with us, then we're going to film you as well. And then that way you have the places and the content and stuff as well for your stuff. So that's key, because it's going to also help to continue to grow your stuff as well. So that's one. What y'all think about that?
Sounds good.
Sounds great. Oh, here's the other thing. so I finally we got settled in to our house here on the water here in Florida. And we're also scheduling our VIP and our yacht day and then our accelerator students day as well. So we're planning all of that right now. You guys are also going to be invited out to come so that we can do the yacht day, but also so you guys can hang out with me here. And we'll do just a private session, private dinner, lunch, and everything here at my place. So that's gonna be kind of cool. And I just want you guys to know that now that we're finally settled. But it's really like I'm really looking forward to just celebrating you guys and continuing to do those kinds of things just to keep the momentum going, right? Because we still got some work to do. I mean, it's only been a month, but you're at what 200? It's at what 200 and what did I say? 200 and gross 249,360. So we still got a little work to do, right? We still got a little work to do. So within the next month or two, prayerfully we'll double that, and then you'll be halfway. And then within the next couple months, we hit that million and just plus, and then have that cash flow just really rolling in. And that's what this is about, right? And during that time, we do all that so that we can also have a lot of fun doing it, right? And that's what the yacht days are for, and that's what traveling out to the places are for, getting the stuff on film. Because when we do all of that, we get together, we get to hang out with each other, right? And then we get to also share like some of the key things that allow us to really that allow us to continue in that growth, building that family financial freedom fast and forever, right? For our families, right? But also, building that generational wealth so that all this, being on that in that rat race on that treadmill, like it's over. And so and when we come together, when we collaborate, when we do that at a high level while we're having fun, then it just makes all of this, like you said, you're not doing a whole lot, but it makes it it gives you the not just the feeling, but the reality that this stuff really isn't that complicated, right? The problem is the world wants us to believe it is. Building wealth, like the world wants us to believe you can't make $1 million in a year, go from making maybe a couple $100,000 or making zero in any space to making $1 million a year, right? And the society wants us to believe that. Society wants us to believe that in order to get rich, we have to do it slow. We got to do it over a 40-year period, right? Praying for retirement. No, we can have a whole lot of fun doing it. And when we all come together and we're all sharing and sharing our experience, our resources, the knowledge, and then like the power in that is just so big. And so that's what that's all about. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Sounds good. So sounds good. So what I wanted to share now is I said I was going to share a couple other things. So I'm going to give a couple things away today, and because the challenge starts in about 30 minutes. So I'm going to give a couple things away. I'm also going to what else am I going to do? I'm going to just talk about the 5 mistakes. So let me first talk about the 5 mistakes that people make that keep them stuck, that keep them stagnant, and that keep them sad. Right. And the 5 mistakes is, I already talked about one. One is they go out there and they start first of all, they're following after people and learning from people who don't know what they're doing or that are already stagnant, stuck, and sad. You just don't know it. They look nice and happy on the in the pictures. Their listings might look good, but they ain't doing nothing. And you out there following them. Right. So that's one. The next thing is you're trying to do it slow, right? You're trying to learn everything you need to know to finally get started, and then you get caught up with the paralysis of analysis. And then you really don't, you think you know it all, or you're trying to learn it all, and you're like, where do I begin? Where do I begin? Where do I begin? And then you either don't start because you get stuck, or you just get yourself worn out by trying to learn it all. That's 2. 3, you finally do get started, and then you get one, and you may get another one, and then you're trying to get yourself optimized. Airbnb, you're trying to contend with all the changes that Airbnb has and trying to keep up with all that, which is almost impossible when you work in a 9-to-5. Right? If you ain't in this stuff every day, it's almost impossible to keep up with all the stuff, all the changes. And if you only got 1 or 2, and you're not really in an environment where you're surrounded by high level people that are making hundreds and hundreds, if not millions of dollars in this space, that are experiencing and sharing a bunch of things, when the changes are made, and so you get stuck in the 1Z, 2Z, 3Z phase, and then your listings are always up and down, up and down, up and down, and you don't have enough diversification inside your portfolio. So because you have little diversification, typically when you're up, everything's up, and when you're down, everything's down, and that ain't fun, right? So you want more diversification. So, but you're going slow, and then you get stuck because you're like, oh my gosh, like you think that's the picture of what it's going to look like when you have 30 or 40 or 50 or 60 listing, which is not the case. So you get stuck in that false reality, and then it slows you from really going fast, getting 3, 4, 5 more. So you're doing them ones at a time, one at a time, one at a time. And then after you got 3, takes you 4 or 5 months to get 3, 4 or 5, 3. And then you get stuck in this false reality. But then number 4, you get 3 or 4, and the problem is not just that you're stuck in this false reality, but then what happens is you feel like you're just like it's busy. Or 2 things. 1, you get complacent, you feel like you made it, but you ain't really made it. And you also think you're like, okay, look how busy I am. And as you're busy, you're like, man, because you're not fully automated, you feel like, well, if I got 10 of these, there's no way I can do this because I'm busy with just 3 or 4. How am I going to do 10 like this? So that keeps you stuck as well. And then the 5th thing is just that, and this is probably the biggest, is mindset, right? Mindset is where these limiting mindset that we have, believing, just like I said with Tony and Didi and Rob, like society wants us to believe that we cannot do this fast. Like you can't make $1 million fast. And they're like, we're going to be proven we've already done it, proved many people wrong already, but now we're going to be proving people wrong, not just with us, but with everybody else's stuff too. Right. So now, like, and you get stuck there. Why? Because you just it's not your fault. It's not your fault. We've been indoctrinated for how many years? Like from the time we came out the womb, we've been indoctrinated to believe this is the way you do it. Mom did it this way. Grandma did it this. Granddad did it this way. Great. Like that's how we do it. And everybody just, just does a little bit better than mom or dad or grandma and granddad. And then the next person just does a little bit better, and then we kind of believe that that's the way it's supposed to be. And we get scared when it's time to jump. So Tony ain't been scared. Tony been retired. Tony already retired. Like if Tony was in that phase, Tony be sitting back going, I don't need to do this. But Tony, the why is just so big. So anyway, those are the five. Those are the five things that keep you stuck, stagnant, and sad. Get out. Like, get out of that. Stop doing those things. If you want to be moving quick, if you want to be moving free, if you want to be moving happy and joyfully, right? Not stuck, not stagnant, not sad, but fast, free, and joyful. Get out of those things. Stop doing them. Stop doing them. All right. So the next thing are building your Airbnb generational wealth. Like 10 things to get right before you do it. Right. So the 10 things you want to get right is this. Well, the first five are just the opposite of the others. Right. The opposite of the others is follow the right people. Right. That book, Wallace D. Wattles, Science of Getting Rich. Find people that are successful in the thing that you want to do. Like, we're not just successful, but in a place where you want to be. At least as we talk about financially, or, because I say financially, right? I say financially, but we all look at finances from a different perspective, right? The purpose of the finance is so that it gives us the freedom. Because if we're smart with our finances, then we ain't just like, if you got the wealth mindset, you ain't just got them. You're not just making $1 million so you can just go buy all kinds of stuff. Because if that's the case, then you still got the middle class mindset, right? If you want to get to the wealth mindset, we know that the wealth mindset, the purpose of the money is to make more money, right? And so as you're making more money, as that money is making more money, then the babies of that money and the babies of that money, that is what provides us with the freedom to be able to do the things that we all are here for. What is that? That's so that we can spend that quality time with our loved ones, that we could build that legacy with our kids and our grandkids, our future grandkids, right? So that we could be more of a blessing to the church and the community. But before all of that, let's back it up. So first of all, we can get out of the rat race. Like, that's first and foremost. Get out. Like, get out, get your time back. Like, we're get your time back. I'm gonna get into some more stuff. So get your time back. So build legacy, build generational wealth, change generational cycles, right? So the right people, model the right people that are doing the same things, right? That have had the success in those areas of your life. My son and I, we were talking earlier, and he was like, Dad, like, there's so many people out there I used to listen to. I don't even listen to them anymore. He said, you know why? Because like they may be successful. Like, for instance, Grant Cardone. Like I probably listened to maybe 3 long form things of Grant over the years, and I've seen the number of his short, but I'm not really a Grant Cardone fan. We ran into him at Starbucks the other day, said what's up, like, you know, but I'm not like a big fan. I respect what he's doing, but I'm not a big fan. Why? Because the same reason my son was saying, Dad, I don't listen to these people, because they may have the success from a worldly perspective, but their relationship with the Lord, like we don't, like that's key for us. And when we're looking to have relationships with our family and be a blessing to our church and our community, we can't learn that from people who are in the world and their main focus is just money. Right. Or I'm not saying that's Grant's main focus, because he was at Starbucks with his little girl, his daughter. So I know family's important to him, but like, you know, it's just different. So follow the people who are modeling the lifestyle, both on the outside and when the doors are closed and nobody's watching on the inside, the lifestyle that you want to have, right? 2 is don't like stop doing the onesies, the one here, one next in 2 months, one another 3 months. Like, we should be picking these things up in bulk, grab them in bulk. So we're like right now, I think I signed, how many leases did I sign last week? I signed, I think 5 or 6 leases last week. We got another 5 or 6 that we're picking up this week. Like picking these things up in bulk. Why can I do that? Why I can do that because I know when I optimize my listings properly, I know that they're gonna perform based on the fact that I know the listings that we're picking up based on formula. So use formula the way we teach it, and you'll be able to pick them up. Now, here's the other thing. So that's 2. 3 is stop grinding. Stop grinding. This stuff is really simple. You heard Didi and Rob and Tony. What'd they say? Man, I ain't doing nothing. No scheme of things. Like they got access to all this stuff in Accelerator. They probably know half of what's in there. Like, so how do you stop grinding? Let your money do the work. The money can work for you much harder than you can for yourself. Let the money work. That's the wealth mindset. The wealth mindset is the reason we have the money is so that the money can go to work for us and make more money. And then the babies that it's making, the babies that it's making can now fund the lifestyle and the freedom that we want to live. While the original money, the mommies and the daddies of the money, that money just stays working. And then you add some more babies as you look to scale, but you got a lot of babies back here. They grow up as they're making more babies and they fund the lifestyle so that, and as they keep growing, they're growing and your account's growing. And then as that's growing, you're able to make other investments in different things. Because there's things like we talk about yacht days and all this other stuff. Like there's things that are happening during those things where collaborations are happening. It's more money, making more money. So that's the third thing. So then, again, get out of the comfort zone, right? We have to get out of our comfort zone. The comfort zone is like one of the things we do on the challenges is we have you do the cold plunge. We have you reading books. We have you doing videos. We do a number of different things to get you out of your comfort zone. Why? Because once you learn to get comfortable doing the uncomfortable, then the things that may seem scary that is the reason why you are where you are. So like the things that you're comfortable with that got you settled right where you are, it doesn't look the same to get to the next level. And it can be very scary or very uncomfortable. But it doesn't mean it's going to hurt you. It just means it's not something you're used to. Learn to get comfortable being uncomfortable for the right things. And so get out of your comfort zone. The fifth thing is continue to also surround yourself with like-minded people that are doing all of those things. So all those things that I just mentioned, like you should always want to be in an environment, because we're the sum of the four, we're like the sum of the four people we hang out the most with. Like that's pretty much, if you tell someone who's wealthy, your top four people that you hang out with will probably be able to tell you in most cases what your finances look like. So hang out, like surround yourself with people who are at the levels either that you like. You don't want to be the biggest fish in the pond, put it that way. All right. That's 5, I think. Number 6, separate your cash flow, your income from time. Separate your income from time. When you separate your income from time, then your money has the ability to grow in scale 10x over and over and over again. And when I say separate your income from time, you don't want your revenue to be directly related to how much time you put in. So if you're punching a clock, you know your income is directly related to how much time you're putting in. Because if you don't go in, you ain't getting paid. Or if you created a business for yourself and it's basically just a glorified job, because unless you go in every day, ain't no money being made, right? You got to separate yourself, your time, your income from time. When you can separate your income from time, then your income has the ability, is going to grow, whether you're asleep, whether you're hanging out, whether you're here at one of the yacht days, whether you're sitting around my pool, whether you're hanging out with your brothers and sisters that are doing stuff at the next level, whether you're just with your sweetie, right? With your sweeties, whether it be your spouse or your kids or your grandkids, regardless, the money's coming in because it's not directly related to your time. So that's number 6 or 7. I don't know which one it was. And then the next one is, so here's the opposite. Like read. Like read. I personally, I don't do a lot of reading. When I say that, I read this, and there's a couple other books that I read because I can't get them on Audible, and they were recommended to me by some people by people inside my circles. Like anytime I'm listening to something or I'm talking to someone, if they mention a book, depending on who they are, like I looked at my Audible account. I have 186 books in my Audible account, 186. And so I'm like, when I hear someone that I respect, right? I see that I respect some of the things that they've done or things that they've done as relates to, business or family or whatever. If they mention a book, I'm going to go check it out. But when it comes to finance, when it comes to business, read, like get thirsty about reading, because when you read, you realize, well, you're going to learn, you're going to expand your brain, you're going to expand your mind, you're going to expand your perspective on things, but also you're going to learn that what you think you know, in most cases, you got a lot more to learn. People that don't read, they think they know it all. That's why they can't learn nothing else. They're like a full glass. You can't pour nothing else in. They're overflowing. But when you're reading, you're learning, then you realize, man, there's so much more to learn. So read. And number 8 is television. So TV, like, reduce the amount of television you watching, because that stuff, all they're doing, and like 99% of the stuff on TV, like if you're gonna watch TV, like I watch a lot of YouTube stuff. I will watch. I like Netflix or Prime. I'll get a good movie maybe, and so I like a good movie. I hate those series, because then I get stuck. The only series though that I watched that I liked and I didn't feel guilty about watching it was The Chosen. I really liked that series. I binged on it. There was another one that I watched too, a couple years ago, and my daughter's probably laughing because she's thinking about some stupid series that but I said that I didn't feel guilty about watching. Sometimes I'll watch something and I feel guilty about it. Like, she got me watching. Anyway, most of that stuff, if it's just really keeping us stuck, right? I watch very little news, if any. Like, I don't know, like someone mentioned to me that somebody died last week. I think Lisa was telling me about Matthew Perry. I have no, like, I don't know. I don't really watch any of that stuff, but because I'm just really so focused on you guys. Like, I'm focused on what we're doing and the plans, and what, like, being really, like, when we're doing that, just also being really, really sensitive to his voice and his vision for us and his assignment for us. So if I'm not out there being pulled in all kinds of directions and listen to all this stupidity, then I'm focused on the things that are helping me and giving me more wisdom in the areas of the assignment that he has for me. And then as we're being more sensitive to his voice and his calling, then it's just so much easier. It's so much easier. We're focused on our abundance and not getting sucked back into what society wants us to focus on, which is our lack, or the lack that they want us to think we have. Right. So, and then, so that's the other thing. So focus, like, just really lean in and draw nearer to him. That's number 9. It could be number 10, which is the last one, but draw nearer. I'm going to say this in both cases, to him and your first ministry. Your first ministry is your family, your spouse, your kids. Like, that's the reason, first of all, he's the reason we're able to do any of this stuff. And then they're the reasons, in most cases, why we're doing it. So if those two things are our core motivators, we have to just draw nearer and nearer and nearer to those things. So those are the top 10. So that's it. With those things, hopefully that was helpful. So those are the top 10 things that, if you're looking to generate build generational wealth, those 10 things you should get right before you build. So do those things, because that's it. And then what are the giveaways? So I got some giveaways I want to give. One of the giveaways that I'm giving is when we have our next event here, I'm giving away a free ticket to our next event. So someone's gonna get that. When I say a free ticket, like Wealth BNB, y'all already here, but there's some, like the accelerator students, you guys, there's gonna be some events that you guys will have access to and some that you won't. I'm gonna give away a free ticket to that. I'm also gonna give away a free ticket to our challenge. So whoever doesn't have a ticket to the challenge, you need to, like, everybody that's here, what we're doing is we're going to have to figure out how we're doing it, because we took all the names of the people that are here. So we're going to be giving those things away. And then Chris was telling me to give something else away. There was a challenge. There was the event here in, what was the other thing? What was the other thing? It might be, I'm not sure if it may be, he may have been talking about one of the challenges, like one of the challenges for one of my other inner circle colleagues as well. So so that might be one. So I'm gonna let you guys know what that is inside the platform. So those what the free things were that we're giving. And then that's it. That's pretty much it. So so the main thing is this, like, you guys, when we think about like how the Accelerator Academy has transformed over the last 6 to 9 months, it's been amazing. And some people just still aren't seeing it. Like, the whole transformation is so that the Didis and the Lisas, the Didis, yeah, the Lisas, the Tonys, Lisa's here too. Like, those of us who are like, our desire to have that family financial freedom fast and forever, that's what the change was all about. It's so that now all this Zoom stuff that we do, it's cool. Like, this is cool, but you know what's even cooler? It's even cooler when I get to hang out with y'all live and in person. That's what's even cooler. Lisa, we had a family fellowship day over on Sunday. Lisa and her whole crew came out. Lisa and Jeremy, her husband, and how many y'all got? 4, 5, 6, 7 kids? How many kids y'all got?
We got 4, but one's 17. So, and I'm driving. I'm not supposed to be talking to you right now.
I know you only have 4. I said 6 or 7 because your kids, they're beautiful, but they're so energetic, because you got the big old farm, and they're used to the cows and they're chasing the chickens, and y'all had us over, and it was so cool, right? And then they come over here and they're in the pool, and they're just like, it was so fun, and we had all this food, and they were just like they were precious. But that fellowship day, like, that was special. How special was that for you, Lisa? How special was it for the
really
family?
Good. It was awesome.
Yeah.
The kids had a blast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it was really good.
yeah, and that's it. And as we're coming together more and more and more, that just strengthens us, right? It just strengthens us and our resolve, and it strengthens us in our assignments, and our ability to support, encourage, uplift each other. Right? That's what this is about, so that our families realize that this stuff ain't just, oh, we just running around doing stuff. Like that, this stuff is supposed to be fun. And they're what it's about. So that when you get back out there the next day and you popping up out of bed because you got an assignment to go serve at a high level someone so that they can have the same thing, you're just giving them what you got. Giving them what you got. So that's what Accelerator, how it's been changing so significantly. So I want to again say thank you. Congratulations, Tony. Congratulations, Dee and Rob, and Lisa. Lisa, she's working on. She's in Wealth BNB VIP, where she's got her $1 million academy that's built, and we've just started her phase into her challenges, where she's doing her live events. So we started the live events last week. Then we're gonna have some more this week. And I mean, it was my expectation that Lisa would end this month with at least $100,000 in revenue. And right now we got some really good momentum. We have a few people that are strongly considering like her program. She got two programs. One is 60 grand and the other is 150,000. Before her Wealth BNB program, VIP Academy, Lisa's business was like they were making maybe 2 or 3 times that much a year. So now it's just at a whole nother level, and it's so fun. So Lisa, you did a great job last week as well. We got some more. We got some lives tomorrow. And that's it. So I just wanted to just congratulate everyone who's already implementing those 10 things, that's not doing those other 5 things. And we just have, and you're setting a great example, not just for your families, but also for your tribe, and also for your brothers and sisters inside our academies that are coming up behind you, whether they've been here before you or not. So again, congratulations, and we gonna hit the challenge now. So with that, who here? So John and was it Joycelyn? I don't see Joycelyn.
But she was here earlier.
Okay. So, all right. So we'll get rolling with the challenge. But John, I'm gonna have, just so you know, I'm gonna have tomorrow you and I will touch base, because I'm gonna go through a few things on the challenge for day 1, and we're gonna go for about an hour, and then but you and I will probably connect tomorrow, because there's some things that we've already spoken about, and personally, I don't think you need a challenge.
Okay.
Right? I'm just gonna tell you. Right. I've already spent enough time with you to know, right? I don't think you need a challenge. And is it okay if I just be a little open?
Sure. Yeah.
You already, like, you you have just the stuff that we've spoken about. You have everything that you need. You're not missing anything. And you have your big why. You have access to certain resources. You have insight because you already have multiple listings. You have people around you who you know that are doing things at another level. The only thing that you need, like there's only one thing stopping you from getting to the next level. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you in a minute, because normally just in general admission, we don't get a chance to talk, but I'm going to let you talk because you surrounded right now. So so Jennifer's here. Is Jennifer supposed to be here? The challenge has started.
Don't think so.
Hey Jennifer, how are you?
I'm well. I got the invitation in my inbox.
For the celebrate. Yeah, we did the celebration at 5:30. We wrapping up now. We wrapped up. But what we did, and are we still live? It looks like we're still live, so we're gonna have to cut off the live.
Yeah, I texted Tanya. I can't do it from my end.
Hold on,
so-
I'll do it. Come on, you guys. Come on, peoples.